And then in 2016, I felt like I was finally getting to a good place. I just went to Sundance for the first time. I was like, man, I feel like my career is really starting to like kind of take off in a different level. And I think I had booked like my first like guest star and co-star like on TV, like, you know. And then I got sick. Like out of nowhere, I just woke up. I had this headache in the back of my head. And the headache rested there for 1 year and 7 months. It was accompanied by chronic fatigue, chronic pain throughout my body. I began to fall when I would walk. As a woman, all this stuff was like shutting down. It was not functioning properly. Doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I did everything that you can imagine. I had blood work, MRIs, weekly, monthly. I was taking every drug the doctors offered me. And if anything, I was probably getting worse because they couldn't figure out what it was. I was like a guinea pig, but you know, when you don't know what's wrong with you.
They're just going to keep trying to treat you for everything.
Be like, yeah, I'll take it. You know, they would, you know, shoot me up in the head and giving me all kinds of steroids. But it didn't work. And so my daughter came home from school one day and was like, Mom, we saw this documentary. I think you should watch it at school. And it was What the Hell. And I watched that.
Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah.
Watched it as a family and was like, this is something that I've never tried, right? It was also, you know, one of those things you kind of hear about and you're like, that ain't really for Black people. But I was like, when they started talking about all diseases are not hereditary, is that sometimes we can eat the same thing that causes the same disease in our family. My mama died at 51. My daddy is 71. He's the oldest man to ever live in our family. People die young and they get sick at young ages in my family. And so I was like, let me try to go vegan for like 30 days and see what happened. I ain't got nothing to lose at this point because I did think I was going to die. And did it. And in the first 10 days, the headache I had every day for 1 year and 7 months disappeared. And I started getting energy again. I started feeling better. And I was like, oh, I think I'm on to something. And I told my husband, I was like, this is going to be my life. I'm going to go vegan. And that's literally how I got on that journey. And prior to doing that, I had got to a really dark place. I was, you know, suffering from anxiety and depression. And I had I grew up in the church from the South. And I always prided myself on having this great relationship with God. And I had what I call my last call and conversation with him in the bathroom because I thought he had forgotten about me when I was sick. And so I went in the bathroom, I got in the mirror, and I was really in search of trying to see my soul. And I prayed, and I was like, God, if you heal me, you can have me. And I meant it. And something changed that day in the bathroom. I don't know. When I walked out, I felt different. I didn't feel healed, but I felt different. And then, you know, later is when my daughter had came home about the documentary.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.